Morning and welcome to Garden 365. Now we've got two problems. First problem is we got no follow-on lettuce. Okay, so I think we've got one final lettuce in the house and then these are the next biggest. Second problem, I'm sure other people are experiencing this at the moment, is slugs. So these outside are protected from a net, and that's to stop the cabbage white getting on the kale more than anything, and that'll hopefully stop the birds. We put down some eggshells and we've put down some slug pellets as well, so hopefully that's enough to give them a chance to start to grow. And my great friend Broody Duck is laying an egg outside where she shouldn't lay eggs, in the greenhouse. And to just show you how desperate we are to get some lettuce, I'll put a couple inside. I'll put a ring of slug pellets around the outside. Just very short term, I've added a bottle over to stop them slugs getting in. I am determined we get some lettuce very quickly. Now the weather forecast that I sent out on Sunday said it was going to be raining today. Now good news is the weather forecast has changed a little bit now, and now it says it's going to be dry today. So what I've done is just come out and put a bit of water on because the ground is looking quite dry out here. Okay, so just giving it a nice gentle soak, and hopefully that does the trick. Just about to go in. I'm just going to water the greenhouse. I've noticed these, we've got our first tomatoes turning. Absolutely great, so soon we'll be in the ripe tomato club. Superb. Because of the bird feeders and what we put in them, which is sunflower seeds, we get a lot of self-set sunflowers. We could pull them out, but why when they're as beautiful as that? Superb.
Guess what we're having for tea? Courgette, spring onion, radish, kale, spinach, potatoes, all out the garden.
Morning. And today's task is to clean some of these pond weeds out the pond. There's far too many and it's absolutely choked at the moment. So I'm going to try and get as many out as I can and dispose of them properly. Well, that brought a bit of a premature end to pond clean day one. Going inside now and I'll carry on tomorrow. Where you see the little bit of water there, that's the ones that I've cleared out. A lot more than you'd think, honestly. About 3 of our big wheelbarrow fulls of those irises. Right, so going inside now. And just before I do go in, I wanted to show you this. We've got moles in a number of areas in the garden. So we pulled one of our friends over, Martin, who does mole control. And what he's done is put a trap in here. Okay, he's marked it. And in a couple of days' time he'll come round to check if he's caught the mole or not. Okay, but a good friend of ours, and he's done our moles for quite some time. Morning. It's Thursday. And I've got to be honest, I thought it was going to be a little bit better weather today because it's going to be really hot tomorrow, Friday. So what am I doing so far? In preparation of that, I've been out watering. Okay, so I've watered some of the pot plants at the moment. And shortly I'm going to go and fill up the pot in the greenhouse, and I'm going to water the raised beds in preparation because it is going to be so hot tomorrow. And then I'm going down pulling out more irises out of the pond. I'm giving all the raised beds now a good watering in preparation for a hot, warmer spell which we're going to have over the next few days. If you look at my grass, okay, I'm now mowing that, and I'll just give it a little bit of water to encourage it. And maybe, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago that was bare earth, and that's wild grass that we're now starting to cultivate. Isn't it incredible? And thanks very much for this award for the 3rd most popular gardening presenter of all time, only beaten by the legendary Monty Don and Alan Titchmarsh. End of day 2 now. Moved quite a few today. They're not easy to get out and they take a lot of cutting up and composting. So I'm pretty sure there's just those few. Tomorrow I'll finish. Morning. And what a titanic day it is. The weather is gorgeous. Just got these last few to get out this morning, and then what I'm going to do is some of the vegetation that's really close down into the pond, I'm going to pull that out. We've let it dry out completely so that I can do this job that I'm doing today, and after that we'll fill it back up. Be brave. On in. All in. See the swallow. But unfortunately no tomatoes ripening just yet. I'm sure it's going to happen very soon, and I've heard lots of people saying the same, that the tomatoes are slow ripening this year. Just thought I'd show you this. Now this won't be everybody's cup of tea, but I bought these off eBay the other day. They actually change colour. So you see them cycling through the colours. Now I bought them actually for our duck pond, but they seem to have ended up on the fish pond. But if you like that sort of thing, give us a shout and I'll tell you where I got them from. I'm at a neighbour's house and they've asked me to have a look at their tomatoes. They've turned into triffids. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at them and see if I can get some side shoots out of them and tidy them up a little bit. I'll let you know how I get on. Got the first one back in some sort of order now. But behind it is this one. Even I might be struggling with this one. We'll see how it goes. And again, not perfect, but back under control. And the tomatoes now can get daylight, so they will ripen. And believe it or not, that's what I've cut off them. Morning. Got a new little toy that I want to share with you. It's a little shredder, Kale electric, but it's more than capable of taking that through there. And I'll show you what that does very shortly. It makes it into very small pieces of mulch, which are ideal then for composting. And 10 minutes or so later you end up with this, and it's really good then to add to the compost, and it makes everything rot down really well. Recently I took out all of the pond weeds. These of them, I cut them up fairly small. I could have put them through the shredder if I'd had it then, and then I'm going to put the wood mulch on top of that. Morning. And today the weather is dull. Homemade plum jam. And this later on will be our Sunday dinner. Okay, we have leeks, potatoes, parsnips, carrots, which you can't see, and kale, all out of the garden. Okay, and with this I'm going to help prepare a 3-course meal, which will be roast pepper soup, followed by meat and veg, followed by fruit crumble. Onion out the garden, cucumbers out the greenhouse, tomatoes out the greenhouse, and unfortunately we had to buy the red peppers, ours aren't quite ready yet. And roughly about that amount. Don't use scales, just roughly, that'll do. And it needs to go into the oven until everything's a bit brown, dark and gnarly and tasty. I know I've mentioned light soil a number of times, but that's the benefit. Perfectly shaped parsnips and carrots, which are absolutely wonderful and full size. I'm going to pick my blueberries. Not bad for a small bush like that. Okay, and we'll get a few more as well after this. And they're going on our fruit crumble for later on. Whoa, looking forward to them. Morning. And the pond area is looking very different this morning. So we pulled all the reeds out, put some water in it. Okay, and although it looks a mess at the moment, that will right itself. That's normal for a pond. It needs to do its own thing. So we're not going to panic about that. And not bad for 4 hours work today. There's the splash pool that we've been going to do for a while. And what it does, and eventually what we'll do is we'll connect up the pump. So it pumps into the top and that circulates all the way down into the pond itself. It creates a nice little waterfall down into the wildlife pond. And the best thing is I've just seen a dragonfly flying around, if you can quite see. And we've got running water, and that's being powered by the sun, which is awesome. So what's happening is, and it's all in test mode at the moment, we've got 2 little small solar panels. There's a pump down in the bottom, and then they're making a circular movement with the water. So we'll work when the sun's out. And I'll tidy all the pipes up and everything, but just wanted to see if it'll work. It's an old solar pump that we've had for many years, and then you'll just get it from there and put it in there, and then from there whoosh, back up into there. Oh, that's the idea. There we go, with the waterfall coming down. You can hear the water, and that's what we want to do. Eventually we're going to set it up with a solar pump so that it's always running when the sun's out. And unfortunately that concludes Gardening 365 for this time. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back very soon. Keep inviting your friends to Facebook and get subscribing to YouTube. That'd be really appreciated, and it's free of charge of course. Don't worry, there's no payment involved whatsoever. Bye then. Go, the waterfall coming down. You can hear the water, and that's what we want to do. Eventually we're going to set it up with a solar pump so that it's always running when the sun's out. And unfortunately that concludes Gardening 365 for this time. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back very soon. Keep inviting your friends to Facebook and get subscribing to YouTube. That'd be really appreciated, and it's free of charge of course. Don't worry, there's no payment involved whatsoever. Bye then.